Hey, what's up, man? Just wanted to show you some properties I came across that you might be interested in. This one is a foreclosure in Nutley, and it's a small two-bedroom Cape Cod style. And let me just pull up some of the pictures. All right, so there is the front of the house. And by the way, what I mean by foreclosure is that this house, someone owned it, and then the house went into foreclosure. So now this specific type of bank, they took the property back. So now it's no longer a foreclosure. Now the bank owns it, and you can buy it directly from there. And now it's safe. You can get your own inspections and all that other good stuff. So it's not like you're taking any risks on the property. And I think it's a good opportunity to really maybe put a good foundation in place, and then moving forward as things progress, you can do a lot more stuff to this house. So I mean, you can go in here and just do your basic improvement model, which is what I do a lot with some of the people that I work with, where you go in here and just gut out, put in a new bathroom. This one has 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, but you can rip this all out, put a brand new, bathroom for very inexpensive. All right, and then you rip up hardwood floors here, and you can do this, on a pretty good budget. This one already has hardwood floors, so I'm actually suggesting there's probably hardwood floors underneath it. And then, if this is like your any other typical Cape Cod, old school, where everything's boxed off. But if you notice, on the other side of this is probably where the living room is. So to reconfigure this design and have it all open concept, and putting a new kitchen there is something that's really easy. And not too expensive. It's got a nice yard. Looks like it's pretty private. And it's got a garage back there, which, you could expand somewhere in the future. Or if you want to just keep on a budget, you could do it inside the project. But the bottom line is it looks like it's got, a good chunk of potential there to do something with and to build wealth in the process. So right now, like I said, I haven't seen the inside of this. This kind of just came up, and I saw it, and I figured I'd run it by you. But this scenario, you can buy the house, and you can take out extra money to do the repairs. And I would think if you're doing it on what I just said, just by fixing up the bathrooms and kitchens and stuff like that, you could probably get away with around $35,000. And with that scenario, you would only have to come up with, let me just pull up the numbers and make sure I have the exact numbers instead of assuming something. So let's just say your total project was $235, right? Since the project is, you'd only need 3.5%, and so that right around $8,000. So that is a really doable scenario. And I would think if you put the $35,000 in there, you'll easily create about $50,000 of wealth, because I know these 2 bedrooms are selling in the 300 range. From there. And then, somewhere in the near future, if you wanted to, you could completely level this entire roof and, transfer it into a center hall colonial and have, 3 full bedrooms up there. And then again, do the same thing we were going to do in the other one, where in the attic, make a complete master suite. So you could really convert this into 3 floors, and somewhere down the line. If you wanted to do that out of the gate, I don't know if that's possible right now, because the way it's structured right now with Millie and the numbers, and this being only a single family, that might not work. But going into it on a basic level, like I just mentioned, is a good place to start. And then, as things progress and move forward, maybe a couple of years from now, you can then do that same scenario project where you can rip the roof off and, get some more customizations, maybe increase the size of the garage in the back, so on and so forth. So figured I'd let you know about that. I also came across a few others. Let me see which one here. That one, to me, is one of the best potentials right here, because you can get in there, like I said, and go on a basic level and not really have to spend too much money. Only $9,000. That's it, out of pocket. All right, so this one is a 3-family, and this one is in Caldwell, and it's 429. It has 3 legal units. One unit's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath. One's a 1-bedroom, 1 bath, and the other one's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. So, depending upon which unit you'd want to stay in would determine your total monthly. But this one, I haven't actually seen. I'm going through the pictures right now. Looks like they're maybe a little bit more updated than the one that we just saw. That kitchen looks pretty updated. Unfortunately, it doesn't say and break everything down between each unit, so obviously we would have to go in there. But really, look at that yard. It's kick-ass right there. That would be a killer salsa party yard right there. But that's pretty much it. So I thought of that one. On that one, same thing. You only need to come up with 3%. So, you know, the 429 number, we'd probably negotiate that down. But let's just say we got it for 415. So you can come up with around 14.5 on that one. But again, depending upon your monthly, would be determined on which unit you wanted to live in. So I'm not really going to do. And this one also is a bank-owned foreclosure. So that's another way we can get a pretty good deal on it, and that's why it's priced the way it is. I mean, this one fixed up in that town in Caldwell, you know, you'd be looking somewhere in the neighborhood of, you know, 500 fixed up and everything. So here is a lot that's available on Prospect Street in Bloomfield. So I don't really know that area, but what I'm going to do right now is go onto Google Maps and see what it looks like. 125 Prospect. So we can get an idea of if that's a nice area or not, if you want to entertain it. You might even know that better than I, but I just don't know that area that well. All right. Let me see if I can pull this over. All right, so there is the street view. I'm trying to figure out which one it is. But you've got some pretty nice houses on this street. So it actually might be, oh, there it is. That's a lot right there. So that might be a little different then. Actually, let me just turn this around. I guess it's that one. So after all, it's really not that great. Well, I mean, it's next to this garage. It's next to this thing, and they said they're cleaning up the whatever materials on the lot are. So what leads me to believe is that this was looks like it was a gas station. There's probably a contaminated tank in the ground that they're taking care of, and then it's going to be, that looks like it's in a more residential area. I don't really know though if that is or not. You would know better than I would. But based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like it's a pretty residential area, and then they just happen to have this gas station here. They're removing it, and I think they're selling. There's 3 lots there as well. But actually, that doesn't look like a bad one. That's a 2-family. So you know the details on that. That's pretty much the same exact price we were paying on those lots in Belleville. And this looks like a pretty decent street. I know, you know, Bloomfield has different areas, but that looks like a pretty nice area. So, I mean, you could probably do something like this. You know, the design we had, we didn't have the steps going in the front. We just had the two garages like this. But you could put, you know, this nice stucco on here. This would probably be an extra 10 grand to put on the stucco out front and have that nice look to it. And if you really wanted to have steps going up to the front, you could do that as well. The reason I did it the way I designed it is just to keep the cost down. But, you know, it might be something to think about. So that's one there. We could use the same exact blueprints we have, all the same stuff, so you wouldn't have to put any more amount of money out of pocket. The only thing that you would have to come additional out of pocket would be the engineering plot plan. But I'm sure if you use the same guy, he'll give you a discount. And assuming we have all the same stuff we have, it'll probably cost you the same amount. You know, I think he's charged, it was like, since he had the plans, he only charged like $700. So if he didn't have any of that stuff, and I'd do everything from scratch, it'd probably be like about $1,500 to do that, to do the plot plan, the engineering plot plan. So, so that's that. Those are the kind of the properties I saw. I'm going to see if there's anything else here that I saw. I think there was one other one. Oh, there was another lot in Nutley, but it was pretty expensive at $285, and it says it's approved for a 2-family. I know the rents are a little bit more in Nutley, but I don't know if it'll be enough to substantiate the additional cost there. So I guess that's what they're talking about right there. It's approved, and right now it's, I guess, a parking lot, and you would be converting it into 2 families. But that's an actually nice sized lot. So it would definitely be able to accommodate the blueprints from yours. We would just have to see if the numbers would work at that 285 number, which I don't know if they would or not. Again, I have to look at the adjustments that Millie made, but that's pretty much it. I think that was it on all the listings, but let me just check and make sure. Yeah, that was it. So those were the 4 that I saw that really were interesting. This one being the easiest to deploy, and with long-term potential of adding another entire level. This one being the bank-owned 3-family that probably needs some work. They're only showing us 1 unit. The good benefit of this is that, number one, it's an approved. It's in a really nice town, and has a beautiful backyard. And then this one, again, same thing with this one. If there's any other upgrades you wanted to do to it, you could get cash at closing to do that. And then this was the lot. We went over it in Bloomfield. That was a lot in Nutley. So those 4 were the most promising that I saw. If you're interested in them, just give me a call and let me know, and then we'll kind of put a plan in place for the letter I sent out to you. All right? Talk to you soon.